Hey everybody, welcome back to the GIMP Flip Classroom. This is lesson number 5, and this lesson is all about the fuzzy select tool and the path tool. Path tool is something that you will definitely be using in your next assignment. The fuzzy select tool is just a really awesome tool that I just happen to love and use all the time, and after you learn how to use it, you will probably be using it all the time yourself. Well, that is if you like working with this program. Anyway, quick lesson, only 15 minutes. We have a lot to cover, so we're just going to get right down to it. I'm going to go really fast, and as usual, if you get lost, need to hear something again, it's a YouTube video, so just rewind it and do it again. No big deal. Just rewind it a little bit if you just missed a little thing there. Okay, starting off, the fuzzy select tool. In my toolbox, my fuzzy select tool is right here. Remember, you can hover your mouse over all the tools in the box and a little box will pop up that has the name of it. The fuzzy select tool is often called the magic wand tool because that's the name it is called in Photoshop. Photoshop is the main program that GIMP is based off, remember? So in Photoshop they call it the magic wand tool, so a lot of people will call the fuzzy select tool the magic wand tool in GIMP. So what we're going to do here with the fuzzy select tool, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my image. Oh wait, before I do that, gotta make sure I do this right. You can see I only have one logo or one layer on my image here. What I have to do actually is I have to make a multi-layered image with the background being transparent. So I'm going to take my Northland Noise logo here. I'm going to press Control A, and then Control C. Control A copies everything or selects everything. Control C then copies it. And now I'm going to go here, go to New File, New. I'm going to create a new image with transparency. Click OK. And then here I'm going to press Control V to paste my image. I'm going to close the other one because I don't need it anymore. Make this one nice and big. Need to name my layer. We'll name this NNSG for Northland Noise Supporters Group. So now, here it is again. Northland Noise logo, white background. And below that I have a clear background for my image base. So with the fuzzy select tool, I select in here on the white. Notice now we have these blinking lines all over the place. That is because all of the white in the image has been selected. That's what the fuzzy select tool does. When you click on something with the fuzzy select tool, it selects all of that exact same color that is connected together. So by looking at my image here, you can see I got the dotted lines going around all over the place because all of the white in this image has been selected. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so with all of that white selected, what I'm going to do now is on my keyboard I'm going to press the delete key, and then boom, just like that, all of the white is gone. A nice clean cut. As long as it's a nice clean image, it is all gone and it looks great. So now I can take this Northland Noise logo and I can insert it into another picture without that funky white background being on there. Makes for a much cleaner looking image. Because if I took that image with the white background and I put that in something else, it would look very amateurish, very unprofessional. So by removing that background, I have a nice clean image. And as a tip, if you need a logo like an NFL logo, NBA logo, anything like that, MLS logo, you can actually go to Wikipedia, find that team's page on Wikipedia, and 9 times out of 10, the logo that they have on there is a PNG image, .png, instead of a JPEG. And a PNG image usually means there's no background to it. It's just a logo. So if you wanted to grab something really quick without the background on it, and it's a logo for a sports team or a business, you can usually grab it from Wikipedia without the background on there. Not always, but in most cases you can. Okay, so that's what the fuzzy select tool does. Now let's take a look at another example and bring in the paths tool. Here is the MU Tigers logo. Now I brought this one up specifically because I was working with this image with another student in class the other day. I'm not a big Missouri fan. I'm also not a big Jayhawks fan or a big Wildcats fan either. So don't think I pulled this image up because I have any partial favor to MU. I don't. But this image, I was working with another student in class and we ran into a problem using the fuzzy select tool with this image. So I wanted to use it again as an example for you guys. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in on this image just a little bit, and I want you to notice this area down here. So what I want to do with this image with the fuzzy select tool is I want to remove the black background. But notice how the black in here is connected through here, and then again right through here. It's narrow, but it is connected. When I zoom out, I'm going to grab my fuzzy select tool. Oh, wait a minute. I only have a one layer image here, so I gotta, before I do anything, I gotta make sure I create a multi-layered image with a transparent background. I almost messed that up. Look at that. Click OK. Here is my image. Press Ctrl V. Now go ahead and get rid of this one because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to enlarge this one. I'm going to name my layer MU Tiger. Great. Let's zoom in on it just a little bit. Wrong way. Zoom in here. Grab my fuzzy select tool. I click and look at all of those dotted lines because it's all connected. All that black is connected. If I press my delete key, it's all gone. So that's not what we wanted. So I'm going to undo that. Undo the clear. And I'm also going to undo my selection. So I go to select none. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my paths tool and I'm going to create lines to close off these sections down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mouse, I'm going to zoom in down here. Now if you look very closely, we can count 1, 2, 3 pixels. So if I wanted to create a line that goes from here, let's say down to here, I'd have to make a path and then stroke it 3 pixels wide. I got my gold selected over here already, and let me show you how I did that. What I did here is in my color picker for my foreground color, if I click on that, I open up the color wheel, and then if I use this eyedropper right here, I can use that and put it on the screen somewhere in the color that I like, click on it, and then my foreground color is instantly changed to the color I picked. Now I actually want to do it for this lighter one right here, so now I have that selected. Now with that particular color selected, I'm going to go to my paths tool. I click on that, and I'm going to drop a point right here. I'm going to drop another point right here. Point, point, I have a path in between. Using this box, I click on my paths tab. I click on this path, I right click, and I'm going to go to stroke path. I'm going to have a line width that's 3 pixels across, or 3 pixels wide. Remember that? 1, 2, 3. I select the solid color. When I do that, it automatically picks the foreground color that I have, which we can see is this gold color right here from the MU, and I click stroke. Look at that. A gold line has gone through right here. Now all I have to do is grab my pencil, and I'm going to make this 1 pixel wide. Press enter. I have a 1 pixel wide pencil. I'm going to fill this in right here. Okay. Now, grab my magnifying glass. I'm going to zoom out. Now it looks a little light, don't you agree? If I look down there, it seems like it looks a little light. So I might want to just kind of go in and fill in some of those darker colors there. So I go to my color select, I grab the eyedropper, I'm going to grab this one right here, click OK, go back to my pencil, and now I can just kind of put some of these darker ones in here. Okay, that'll kind of clean it up just a little bit. Kind of makes it blend in a little bit more. Let's zoom out and take a look at it. Alright, that I think we can deal with. So now I'm going to zoom in on the other one and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Only this time I'm going to do it right in here. So I'm going to do this one, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pixels across. So I'm going to grab my paths tool. I'm going to draw a path through 1, And we're going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go from here to here. And I'm going to go to stroke path. Let's make sure I got the right one here. Yep. If I click the eye here, it'll highlight the path. I want to make sure I got the right one. So we're going to do this 4 pixels wide, solid line color, stroke. Look at that. I got a nice little darkness going on here too. I bet you that one's just going to look just fine. Yeah, look at that. I think I can live with that. Yeah, I can live with that. So now I go back to my fuzzy select tool. Make sure I'm on the right layer. I click the black, press delete, and look at that. The majority of the black is gone. Now I might have to go in and zoom in on some of this stuff, maybe clean it up just a little bit more, but for the most part I got it, and it makes dealing with this logo a lot better. See, I probably should clean up a little bit of that black there, but I'm not going to do that right now. You guys all know how to do that. Oh, zoomed out a little too far there. Interesting. Okay, zoom out. Just trying to. This is not working the way I want it to. Alright, well, this is a comedic way to end it. Okay, so there it is. With the black cutout, there's my image. After all that zooming in and zooming out, I got it, and I can just clean it up a little bit more, and it is done. Remember that pass tool. I'm going to show you one more small thing with that pass tool. If I go back to this again, I'm actually going to zoom in again. Let's see how this goes. Okay, using the pass tool. The pass tool can also be curved. It doesn't have to just be a straight line. Take my pass tool. Say I wanted to make a nice another line that went around it like this. Well, I put my one waypoint right here. It's kind of hard to see with that clear background. And I put another one right here. Now I can grab the line in the middle, and I can kind of turn it around. I can actually move this one. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I want to see. Turn this out over here. See if I move this. Oh, here's the anchor point I was looking for, so I can kind of change how the line looks. I don't want that one. I want this one. Well, there's my anchor. So if I grab these, what I'm doing here is I'm changing the shape of the line. I'm making it kind of curve around. Now, again, I go back to my paths. There's the path right there. I'm going to stroke this path. 4.0 stroke, and now I got this nice little line that goes around. If I undo that stroke, I can also stroke a line with my paintbrush. But before I do that, I have to go to my paintbrush and figure out what kind of paintbrush I want. So I can create a 25 pixel, and let's see, paintbrush mode. I can select my brush, and I can go to, let's do the star brush. Alright, now I select my paintbrush first. I go to stroke path, and this time I go to stroke with a paint tool. Paint tool, I can do paintbrush. I can also use my pencil. I can do all kinds of different stuff in here, but I'm using my paintbrush. And then I click stroke, and now I've got this line of strokes. So any line, you can curve it by selecting the waypoints, by grabbing the line in the middle. You can stroke it with a paintbrush. It's always going to be in your foreground color, so you always make sure you have that thing selected.